The University of Oregon is located in Eugene, a city of 80,000 people, situated in the lush Willamette River Valley, midway between Cascade Mountains and the Pacific Ocean.
Touchdown, Jonathan Stewart. Yeah, I got your speed right here.
Hey, ball corner 10, outside 5. Are you kidding me?
I'm really proud of where this team's at. We got a lot of work to do.
What's the deal, Duck family? I am Kenyon Bonner, typically alongside my boy Jay Stu, but Jay Stu cannot be here today. He has some prior engagements that he has to take care of, but we got a great show in store for you. We got a special guest in the house, no one other than Mr. Dillon Thieneman himself, formerly of Purdue, now at the U of O, rocking the number 31 at the safety spot, looking to bring that game, okay? DT.
Yeah.
That's what I call you, and I hope that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's what everyone's normally calling me.
Well, I got to be original. I got to come up with something different now. Now that I know everybody call you that, I got to think of something else. I'm going to think of something.
Okay.
For now, we roll with DT. How we doing, my guy?
I'm doing good. Just feel good adjusting, like being here.
Yeah. How has the adjustment been coming over from Purdue? Let's not even talk about Purdue as of yet, but just being in the city of Eugene. How has that been for you?
It's been good. I mean, it's definitely different from Indy.
Mm-hmm.
I say like people environment's a little different.
Yeah.
Like Indy's all like super flat. We got pretty good environment here. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean, drive around, see the mountains, see the trees and stuff.
Yeah. Have you been able to get out into the city, get out into nature, do anything of those sorts?
I've gone to the city a little bit. Nature, I've always gone to the coast. I haven't been able to do. I haven't done too much hiking yet, but
Okay.
I was able to see the coast, and that was cool.
What part of the coast did you go to?
Florence.
Can't beat Florence.
Yeah.
Florence is
It was great.
amazing. I haven't been to Florence in a few years. I want to say it was my freshman year. Someone took me up to the coast. I had some of the best breakfast food that I've had in a long time out there. I wish I could remember the restaurant, but it's a pretty well-known restaurant out there. I'm going to get the name for you so the next time you go out there, you can check it out. How has the city welcomed you? Has it been a warm welcome? Has everybody received you?
Yeah, no, it's been a really warm welcome. Like everyone on the team's been super accepting, super inviting, been super friendly and stuff. So it's been cool getting to know the guys, like getting to know everyone and kind of settle in, get my spot.
Yeah, I love that, man. Football is football at the end of the day. It's the verbiage that changes as you go from system to system. So coming here, is there any carryover from Purdue as far as from the defensive schemes?
There was a little carryover, but the defensive schemes are very, very different.
Mhm.
Like here we play just about everything.
Yeah.
And then at Purdue, it was like not a lot of teams run the defense. So it was
Okay.
very like specific things.
Okay.
Like we majored in man, cover
Mhm.
2, a little bit
Yeah.
cover 3. So like that those were the main things we did. We just had a lot of variations with it. Here there's just so much variability, and then we're playing cover 4. Like I've never really played cover 4
Okay.
in the college level.
How has it been with cover 4 being new to you? How has it been playing in that?
It's been good. I mean, just getting extra meetings with like Coach Boyd, Coach Hamp, been able to talk through some of the other guys, like ask them, like how you play this certain scenario, because cover 4 is more of like a man match,
Right.
and kind of just adjusting to that. So I mean, everyone else has been helping me.
That's love.
Been talking to the other guys, and I've been able to like help other guys with seeing like certain like tendencies, maybe from offense. Like if this happens, like maybe you could do this, like expect this.
How has working with a different coaching staff coming in with Coach Hamp, how has Coach Camp? Sorry about that, Coach. How has, thinking about my running back, Coach Camp. How has Coach Hamp helped you through this process?
I mean, he's kind of just helped me teaching the defense. We've looked at my past, about like good plays I've made, bad plays I've made. Focusing on the bad, kind of like areas of weakness, areas I need to improve and get better to just take my game to the next level. So we've kind of sat down and talked through that, and I think we have a pretty good plan going forward. I mean, we've gone through spring ball. I'll probably sit down with them again to reassess like how I've done spring ball, how I can do better moving forward, and kind of what they expect.
Okay. So you're from Indiana.
Yep.
Went to Purdue.
Mhm.
Both your brothers, Jake and Brennan, went to Purdue.
Mhm.
Both played safety.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
How was it hard for you to leave that? Because that is legacy right there.
Mhm.
You know, my brothers never went to college. I'm the first in my family to go to college, but we all kind of traveled through the same elementary schools, the same junior high schools, started at the same high schools. And I always wanted to continue to follow where my brothers and my sisters went. So I can only imagine what that is like when it's at the collegiate level.
Mhm.
How was that coming to the decision of leaving Purdue and coming to Oregon? Was that a hard decision for you to make?
Yeah, it was a very hard decision. I mean, I'm leaving like everything I've grown up like watching.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
little kid, like going to the
Yeah.
games, like before my brothers are in college or anything, because my dad went there. So my dad loves there. So he would take us to the games.
That's tough.
And then, I mean, Jake went there first. So we're watching the games, like cheering him on. And he was a walk, like they both walked on,
Mm-hmm.
but Jake's there that very first time. And it was just incredible. Like seeing him in the jersey, seeing him on the field.
Mhm.
You're like, yo, like I want to do that. I want to be out there.
Yeah.
And then Brennan gets there, and then Jake is actually like earns his spot, is getting a starting spot, like is playing more and more. And then later Brennan's back up there, and then they're both on the field at the same time. And like that's incredible.
Yes.
Like that's awesome. Like you got two white guys back there.
Yeah. That's how?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I would have been able to leave that.
Mhm.
Just knowing the foundation that was laid before me. So what was it about Oregon? What was it about Coach Lanning? What was about Coach Hamp that actually drew you away, leaving all the extra stuff outside of it, just strictly about football? And what was it about those guys that made the decision easier for you?
Mhm. Just to develop a little bit more context. So like year one, had a good year one.
You had 100 tackles year one.
Yes.
Okay, can I pause you for a second? I'll remember the question I asked you, but this is Mr. 200, okay? And what I mean by that, every year that he was on the field, he had over 100 tackles. And if I think it was 106, what was it, 106 last year? Or 104?
104 last year.
104 and 106 the year before.
Yeah.
This is Mr. 200, okay? And he's getting 200 tackles at the safety spot. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So let's not. One thing I don't do, I give people their flowers. One thing that I do, I give people their flowers. One thing that I don't do is allow people to sell themselves short. So when you come over here, I'm going to gas you up and I'm going to give you every flower that you deserve. So no, you could play the game. You're a dog. You wouldn't be here if you weren't.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. There's Mr. 200. And I'm going to get back to that question. But when you did, you know what? I'll let you answer the question and then I'll get to that. So go ahead.
And then going into year two, I mean, had high expectations about like what I wanted to achieve, what I wanted to do. And I understand this. It's not all about stats. Like stats are very good. But that's not the most important thing.
Right.
It's more your development and your understanding of how you can get better and project yourself more. And then just seeing that year one to year two, and then how last year ended. It was a pretty disappointing season, kind of just like how it ended and stuff. But I knew that I needed to take a step in a different direction if I wanted to achieve what I wanted to achieve. Yeah. So as hard as that decision was, it was the decision to leave Purdue, enter the portal, and then see various options. And my main thing in the portal was like seeing places where I could develop, where I could learn, and that can set me up for the next level. Yeah. So then I settled on Oregon. You got Coach Hamp, you got Tosh, or Coach Lupoy, sorry. Coach Lanning, all of them, and like their defense that they run, how they run stuff in the building, how honest and just how like real they are. Like how you see them in videos, like how they are in person. Like, it's like there's no like discourse 100%. Between. And then just how they develop guys, their defense, like we're running everything that you're gonna see at the next level. Like Coach Lupoy is a defense coordinator at the next level. And then the amount of guys that they have put at the next level or brought in as transfers and that have developed them to then go on to the NFL. Right. And just all that stuff combined, it was like Oregon was like the best spot for me.
Yeah. So when we signed you, I was ecstatic because I watched you last year, and I told you this yesterday when we were talking, and I've said this on here, I believe. You remind me a lot of John Boyette at the safety spot. Just the way you play the game. You're very smart. You're very intelligent. You're physical. You come down in a run game. You make your presence felt. You can be a ball hawk. You are what this school hasn't had at the safety spot in quite some time, in my opinion. I'm not a coach, but I'm a guy that watches the game and kind of knows the game. So when you did decide Oregon, I said, okay, we got something. Like we we leveled up at the safety spot in a major way, in my opinion. So I'm extremely happy that you chose Oregon. And you mentioned something when you were just talking about Tosh and Coach Hamp and Coach Lanning. You talked about honesty. And for me as a player, that was something that I always longed for in my coaches. I searched for it. I needed it. I can operate in a space of honesty. So how important was their honesty to getting you here?
It was very important. I didn't like the whole transfer process because I feel like a lot of people are kind of blowing smoke. Like it's just the recruiting process in high school, but it's like for like a week long. Yeah. And so everything's very condensed. And so like I was asking around like, how can I get better? And then they had like a whole presentation about like stuff I did good, stuff I did really bad. And they're like, this is exactly what we're going to work on here. And then here are drills of us doing it, and then applications of guys doing this in game already.
They had a plan.
Yeah. And it's like, this is where we see you doing it. It's like, we see you like doing these things, making these plays. Like,
yeah. So they gave you a vision. They gave you a vision. And I think that's important, especially for athletes. We're visionary. We like to see. We like to sit and envision ourselves in a spot, doing a certain thing, making a certain play. Talk about that process, because we don't get insight into that shortened window of recruitment that you guys go through once you hop in a portal. What is that process like? I know money's being thrown around, and all different language of verbiage and all that's being thrown. What is that recruitment process like?
I was originally planning to enter the portal, and I had to sit down and talk with some people at Purdue just to kind of be formal and be appreciative of what they had done for me. So I did it the right way, and I left on a good note. And then I was planning on entering the portal at a later date, but then something leaked, and they knew who I met with. And then it was like, he's going to enter the portal before I had like filled out any paperwork or anything else. And I was like, all right. And then my parents and stuff, like, might as well just enter now since they all know.
Yeah.
And then I entered and just immediately got spammed with texts. And I was like, I have a test tomorrow. So
shut this down. I got a test. I love it.
And it was like, I'm like trying to get through finals, like finish out school, and then also deal with this. So like I got calls being set up. I'm very grateful for my family, like helping me, my parents and my oldest brother Jake, and my other brother Brennan too. So they're like talking to some other schools, like setting up calls, like just getting my interest about what I'm interested in the kind of schools that I would like to talk about. So we set up some calls there, and it was like when I wasn't in school or doing homework, it was like I was doing calls or like talking to coaches or like responding to calls and texts and stuff. So it was just very hectic. And then it was like fast paced to set up a visit and then do the visits and then come to a decision. And after the decision, it was like weights lifted off. Like I know where I'm going to go. Like there's not that indecisiveness anymore.
Not having the shortened window of it, but I understand exactly what you say when that weight is lifted. When I was going through my recruiting process in high school, me and my dad were banging heads, you know. My number one was Arizona State at the time. And when they offered me, my dad wanted me to commit right away. He was like, you don't know, where that scholarship's going to go. You don't know if you'll have another one, da-da-da. Oregon had offered me. And I'm like, I'm not committing. I got to go through this. I got to be able to make the right decision for me. But once I committed to Oregon and made that choice, it was all the weight in the world was gone. It was absolute relief because there's so much pressure of trying to figure out what's the right fit for me. Who can I trust? Who's telling me the truth? So I completely understand when you say, that weight being lifted off you. But though everyone who's been through that process can relate to that. What other schools were looking at you? Or what were your top schools? If you had a top 5, what were your top 5 schools before coming here?
In the portal.
Yeah, the portal.
Yeah.
In the portal.
It was obviously Oregon. And then there was Ohio State. There was Penn State. And I was talking to Georgia and Texas.
Talk about a lineup. Talk about a lineup. Oh my gosh. But I'm not surprised because it's the talent. Your talent spoke volumes through the screen. But talk about a lineup. Oh my gosh. Texas, Georgia, Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon.
Yeah. It's like still unreal kind of thinking about it. Like I'm very grateful for like being able to talk to all those schools and all those coaches and stuff.
So coming out of high school, what offers did you have?
I had 4 like Power 5 at the time. IU, Purdue, Minnesota, Northwestern, and then I had some other MAC and like Conference USA, I think.
So there's a lesson in that, not only for athletes, but for people in general. Stay down, trust the process, believe in yourself, and greater things will come.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not that jumping ship and all of that, but if you trust the process, if you believe in yourself, if you do the work, if you stay committed, this is the result. You know what I'm saying? And that is a insane, I'm baffled. I'm stuck. I am stuck right now. I'm really stuck because that would have been the hardest decision in the world for me, because those are the top schools in the country.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those are the schools that are going to always be there. The Ohio States, the Georgias, Oregon, Penn State creeping up in there, Texas. These are all college football playoff teams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I would have made that decision. Man, kudos to you, bro. And I'm glad you chose Oregon. That is crazy. That's a smack in the face to them other schools, though. I know that. Getting back to actual ball, what do you feel this season will be like for you? What are your plans? What are your goals? Have you thought that far yet?
I have. I mean, I've thought about like kind of what do I want to achieve. I don't want to make stuff like stats based. You know, like I want this many tackles, like this many stuff, because that's not always how it's gonna work out in the game. Like you might not be getting the stuff, or
Absolutely.
you might be getting more opportunities
Absolutely.
and stuff. But I want to be an All-American, as I had been in the past, but at a higher level. And then I want like Big Ten like honors and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like I have my aspirations, like what I want to, if I'm gonna make the transition to next level, like where I want to be there. So definitely have a long way ahead of me, but trying to just take it like one day at a time.
What motivates you?
That's a good question.
Good question.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
You know it's a good question when they get stuck and they pause you. I've had the moments.
I would say one of the most motivating things to me is just thinking of like my younger self, like when I was a little kid. Like a little kid, like 3-4 years old, watching football, and I'm like, I want that. And it's like that's the only thing I've ever like wanted to be. It's like you're in school, like teachers, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an NFL player. And then they kind of look at you.
Absolutely.
Like be realistic.
Absolutely. Man, again, I can relate to you in so many different ways. When I told my dad I was going to the NFL, he literally out his mouth told me I was crazy. Literally. I was a basketball player. And so basketball was always my first love. Playing AAU basketball my entire life, from playing against everybody you could think of. Guys, the DeMar DeRozans, the Brandon Jennings, the Derrick Roses, all those guys, the Drew Holidays. Basketball was it. My dad called me one morning. I was probably maybe 12 or 13. Had never played a down of football in my life, so maybe I might have been crazy. Or I might have knew something. Dad calls and tells me, hey, wake up. You got to go to basketball practice. I don't get out of bed. He comes home. I'm not up. I told you to get up. You got basketball practice. I'm not going. What do you mean you're not going? I don't want to play basketball no more. Like, well, what do you mean you don't want to play basketball no more? He was like, I don't have the money to send you to college, so what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to the NFL. And he said, and you're crazy, and I'm going to tell your mom. Mom came in there. Obviously, mom's got away, got up, got ready for basketball practice. But fast forward a couple of years later, a few years later, my dream came to fruition. So going back to you and your younger self, you sitting in the place that you're in right now, what would be the words that you would share with your younger self?
I'd say just trust the process. Like it's not going to come all at once. Like nothing comes all at once, but it's like your day-to-day additions are like, I've heard the, what is it, like a metaphor? It's like yourself is like a bank. It's like you need those day-to-day deposits to pull out something in the end.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You hear that a lot in football. You got to make the deposits in order to be able to withdraw. If you don't deposit, your bank account is empty.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep trying to withdraw, you're gonna go in the overdraft. You're gonna be overdrawn. So yeah, absolutely. How was it for you growing up? What was your childhood like?
Oh, it was always playing sports.
Yeah.
Either competing or doing stuff. Like two older brothers that are 6, 7, 8 years older.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so it's like them two, and then it's like me and my sister,
Okay.
who's like a year younger than me.
Okay.
So there's like 2 groups of 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was always trying to like follow them, like chase them around. I was like, what are they doing? I want to be like them.
Yeah.
And that led to me and my older brother Brennan playing the return game.
Okay.
And so it's like he's a football. I'm on one end, he's on the other end of the yard, and he throws it down to me, kind of like a kickoff.
Yeah.
I catch it, and I'm just trying to return it. And so like we've told this story a few times, but like I get the ball, I'm going, I shake him and I score, and I'm like, let's go. Like I'm celebrating. Like Jake is like watching from the side or like from inside or something. And then Brennan's like getting pissed. He's like, I'm not gonna let this little kid. I'm not gonna let this little kid do this to me. And the next play, he throws it down. I catch it. I go, and he just lights me up.
Big
just
brother
kills
stuff.
me.
Yeah, big brother stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how did you respond when he laid that wood?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Yeah.
Man, I have 5 brothers and 1 older sister.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I can identify with you in so many ways. My entire childhood was sports.
Just going sport to sport to sport.
To sport. Whatever your brothers are doing, your older, that's what you want to do. We're outside playing sideline pop. We're outside playing basketball. The return game. I'm doing everything my older brothers were. So I can absolutely identify with that. Brothers getting mad because as I got older, I started to become better than my brothers, and they started to bring the pain a little bit. Okay, you might be getting there, but let me show you what it really feel like. Childhoods are amazing, and as I look at you, when you talk about your child, I could tell you enjoyed your childhood because you smile every single time. Talk to me about the relationship with your brothers, because I can tell those relationships were important to you.
It was very important. I mean, I've always kind of wanted to be like them, so I definitely looked at them as like an idol, like a mentor. Kind of, so like watching them on the sideline, and then like in high school, every once in a while, like pull up film, like we'll talk about film or talk about something else, or talk about football. Or we're all very similar. So if we were all standing next to each other, like people say we all look like twins.
Really?
And then that like all of our mannerisms and like how we talk and like laugh and stuff is like the same.
Yeah.
So it's like we're almost identical.
Yeah.
But I think we just have a really close connection. Because of where I wanted to go was where they were. Like when I wanted to be in college, when I wanted to do these things, like they were already there. So it's like I could talk to them, like I can relate to them, and then they can help me through this process.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Let's jump back into. I don't want to jump back into ball. I like the path that we're on. Who is Dillon Thieneman? You're new here. The fan base doesn't know you. I can just sitting here talking with you. I got a feeling for who you are. But who is Dillon Thieneman? Am I saying your last name right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, you're saying it right. I've heard about every way you could say it. So
listen, I'm very particular with names because my name, people here still today don't say my name right at all. I get Kenyon all the time. Hey, Kenyon. Who in the hell is Kenyon? I went to school, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very, I like to get people's names right. So I'm glad. But go ahead.
I like to just say, like, I'm a competitor. I'm someone that wants to win and wants to do the best he can, kind of no matter what it is. Because I always believed the way you do one thing is kind of how you do everything. That was kind of instilled in high school through my high school head coach. But I mean, I like having fun. I like just kind of like chilling with people, or just relaxing, whether by myself or something else. But then when it's time to get to work, like I like to get to work.
Like that.
Yeah.
What hobbies do you have? What are you into?
I'll be watching some TV shows.
What's your favorite TV show?
Movies or
give me your top 3 movies.
Top 3 movies.
Top 3 movies.
Okay. 2 of them. I got 2 of them on my mind right now.
Okay.
And one's Gladiator.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Classic.
The other one's Interstellar.
Can't go wrong with that either.
A third one is I'm gonna go a different route on this one.
Okay. I like
But
different.
you ever seen Land of the Lost
No, I haven't.
with Will Ferrell?
No, I haven't.
It is a hilarious movie. It's very stupid.
Okay.
It is very funny.
I'm sure it is. Will Ferrell's in it. I'm sure. So one of my favorite movies is Step Brothers.
Yeah.
I could quote it line for line. Me and my boys, Trevor and Andrew, literally story time with KB. My freshman year, I almost got kicked out of Oregon my freshman year. Nobody really knows that besides my family, but I didn't go to school that much, right? Sometimes you got to tell the truth and shame the devil, okay? Me and my boys, Trevor and Andrew, literally, I would go to football practice, or no, it wasn't even practice. We had class in the morning. I came in up under Bilotti, so we had school first, then we went to practice. Literally, I would wake up. You feel like going to class? Nope. Turn Step Brothers on. Turn Step Brothers on, and we're going to play basketball. So Step Brothers almost got me kicked out of school. And I'm so glad that, I had grace and was able to get it together, but it was bad. You would have thought I majored in Step Brothers in basketball. That's literally what I did. Football, come home, basketball. Step Brothers. That's all me and my boys did. But for me, I'll go, have you seen Man on Fire? That's when Denzel, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. And then I'm a music guy and a movie guy. Like, I love them all. Like, music is like my escape. Like, if there's one thing in life that I know I'm passionate about, it's music. So we could talk music all day. But Step Brothers, Men on Fire, and Chasing Mavericks. Have you seen that one?
Nah, I don't think I have.
It's a movie with Gearhart Butler in there. It's about a surfer out in Hawaii. He passed deep sea diving, but it is a dope movie and so many life lessons in that movie. Amazing movie. But I got a bunch of movies. We could talk about movies all day. What's your favorite TV show?
One of my favorite ones was The Boys.
I don't know if I've seen that one. I don't know if I've seen that one. Is that on Netflix?
It was on Prime, I think.
I don't know.
So it's like superheroes, but it's like more realistic of how they would be in real life if they had like
check it out.
egos and they like care about money.
Oh, I got to check that out.
Yeah.
I got to check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely got to check that out.
It gets pretty graphic.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right with me. I'm married, so I gotta be honest. Me and my wife, we watch Temptation Island a lot. It started off where, she'd have it on. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. I find myself in the bathroom peeking around the corner.
You're like, I gotta know what's going on.
Baby, can you believe he did that? Oh, she's a rat. Temptation Island. What's the other one? Night Agent, huh? We Love is Blind. We Love is Blind. Love it. Night Agent. Have you seen Night Agent?
A lot of people have been telling me to watch
you gotta watch it. You gotta watch Night Agent. I'm drawing a blank. I'm gonna give you some shows to watch for sure.
Oh, wait. Have you seen Blue Mountain State?
No. What's that about?
It's just like have you seen it? It is hilarious. It's like stereotypical like college, like jock football players.
Okay.
And it's like what they do in a day to day.
Okay. All right. You're gonna have to send me.
Yeah, that's about all I could probably say about it.
Fair enough. Understood. We gonna share some things. But let's go back. Let's go back into football a little bit. Come from Purdue. You're here at Oregon now. When this is, and I'm asking you to think further down the line, when it's all said and done, not only just Oregon fans, but what do you want the teams that you have played for, what do you want those teams to say about you as a player?
The main thing is like always going full out, like always giving it his all, or wow, I guess yeah.
That's okay.
Third person,
but we're talking about your future self, so that's okay.
But I always like to kind of attack the things was like, I don't want to be, I don't want to have regret in like stuff that I do. So if I want to do something, I want to do it all the way so that if I look back, like I'm not going to be like, oh, I wish I did this. I wish I did that. It's like, no, I want to attack it. Like the only way really been doing it.
Bro, that is not a bad way to go out the game.
Yeah.
That's not a bad way to go out the game at all. Let's get away from football for a little bit, and let's get back to you. What things are you into outside of football? Or what type are you into? What business-wise? Are you an entrepreneur? What is it that DT is doing or would like to get going?
So I mean, been kind of just investing in stuff, and then my brothers have been doing this real estate.
Okay,
so they've been buying some properties. So
you're speaking my language.
They got about 3. They had like 4, I think, and then they had to sell one, so they're back at 3. But they're looking at more that they have coming up right now.
Okay, what type of are we in? Residential real estate?
Yeah, like apartment.
Okay, I want tell you and your fam look into triple net investing.
Triple net investing.
Triple net.
Okay.
Look in triple net. It's essentially fail proof, and there's a major return on all of it. So what triple net investing is, it's you buy land, you get Targets, you get 7-Elevens, you get the Amazons, and they want to come and build on your land. So they build on your land, but you are not responsible for anything on this. So if something goes wrong in the parking lot, something goes wrong in the store, it's covered by the corporation of Amazon. It's covered by the corporation of Starbucks or whatever it is, and they pay you rent monthly. Mm-hmm. So that's money coming directly to you. You're not paying employees. You're not paying to fix anything. It's money that's coming back directly to you. So you guys should look in. I'll plug you. Looking at triple net investing.
Yeah.
It's not too many people know about it. I went to a convention out in Orlando, Florida. 0 athletes in there outside of the guys that I went with, and the lady Till Henderson that took us. So looking at triple net investing. Since you guys are in that, you're into the real estate world, definitely check that out. 1,000%. Promise you won't regret it.
No, that'd be awesome.
Promise you won't regret it. So go ahead, continue on my phone.
And then the next thing I've been kind of wanting to do, I've been thinking about this for a while, was give back to Westfield, where I was from. So grew up in Westfield, went to Westfield High School. So I wanted to kind of like just donate to help some of the kids a little less fortunate that don't have either the money to pay for the fees or like equipment, like get equipment and pay the fees for the sports and the refs so they can play sports.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I wanted this to be, I wanted this to be I don't ever want to look at these as interviews. I want these to feel like just people having a conversation. And I wanted this to be something where people could get to know you, and I can, without a shadow of a doubt, say you've truly let people in, and people can truly see who you are, see what you represent, feel what you're passionate about, and feel your love for the things that you are passionate about. You got a great head on your shoulders, bro.
Appreciate that,
man. I'm honored to be able to sit here, and do this with you, and be able to open the lines of communication for people, for you to communicate who you are and for people to receive you. And I think you are what Eugene needs. You are what Eugene represents. The city of Eugene is full of love, full of care, full of passion, full of compassion, and people being there for one another. And everything that you have talked about, everything that you have opened up about, epitomizes that family and what you feel about your family, what you want to do for your community back home, giving back to the kids. All of that is what Eugene is about. So this couldn't be a better fit for you and for us. And I say us like I'm from Eugene. I'm not, but I am a Eugenian, okay? Or Oregonian, as they say. But man, it's been an absolute privilege. It's been an absolute honor. And I'm so thankful that you came on, gave me the opportunity to sit down and chop it up with you. Much love, much success, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you do on the field this year, my guy.
No, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.